A shopkeeper buys an article whose list price is 8,000 rupees. So you can see I have marked it here, 8,000 rupees. And at some rate discount, he buys it at some rate discount from the wholesaler. So this is the wholesaler, this is the retailer, this is the consumer here. So the retailer buys it from the wholesaler, that is certain percent, at a certain percent discount from the mark price. So mark price is how much? 8,000 rupees, or list price, same thing. And we subtract X percent from there. Whatever comes plus GST will be equal to what the SP. Okay, it's not the SP here. Okay, it's not plus GST. SP is not with GST there, right? SP is this much. GST will be extra in this part here. So I will not have to say GST in this case. Okay, fine. Now, it also will not be the GST because he is selling it for how much? 8,000 rupees as a list price here. Okay. Shopkeeper buys it from the from the wholesaler at a price which is X percent less than the list price. So how to find the selling price? 8,000 is the list price minus the discount, which is X percent. We can get that selling price for him. Fine. After that, the retailer sells it to the consumer, right, at the list price. So what is the selling price he sells to the consumer? Selling price is 8,000 only. Remember, in all these cases they are paying the taxes. We will consider that in the next line there. So the sales, and they are intra-state, means within the same state there. GST is 18%, so 9%, 9%. The shopkeeper pays a tax under GST for 72 rupees to the state government here, means SGST. What is this? SGST. Now let's see. Find the rate of discount at which he bought it from the wholesaler. We have to find the discount percentage, X, that we have to find in it. So what do we do is, first of all, let us find out what is the GST paid by the consumer. So GST paid by the consumer, SGST basically. So SGST by consumer is how much? 9%. 9% of what? The selling price, which is 8,000 rupees. So how much will that be? Rupees 720. So how much he has collected from the consumer as a SGST? So that is SGST collected from the consumer is rupees 720. How much will he pay to the wholesaler? So as a tax I'm asking here. So we have to calculate that. Tax is always calculated on the selling price. Selling price is this much. So what do we do in this case is, we say CGST here, sorry, SGST. SGST here paid by the retailer to the wholesaler is at what price? 9% only. So that will be how much? 9% of what? 8,000 minus X percent. X percent of what? Okay, I'll just write it, X percent of 8,000 only. Fine, clear? Because discount is always on the mark price. So this is the CGST, SGST here, right? This is what is SGST. SGST. Okay. Now let's calculate this. It will be how much? 9 upon 100 into, in bracket, 8,000 minus X percent of 8,000. 2 0 got cancelled. So what do we get? 9 out of 100 into 8000. Okay, minus 80x. Can we take something common from there? Yes. 9 upon 100 into 80 can be taken as common. What is left? 100 minus 1 x. Okay, not 1 but x. Now, so this will be 9 upon, okay, I can cancel the 0 also. These 0 gas can cancel here. So 72 upon 10 into 100 minus x. Now this is the 9% CGST we have, sorry, SGST we have calculated, right? Fine, is this much? Now this is the amount paid by whom? The retailer to the wholesaler. And how much he has got? 720. So if we subtract this amount, that, okay, I will write it here. SGST to the wholesaler minus SGST to the retailer. If we subtract that, what the retailer has, okay, what the whole, sorry, I made a mistake here. It should be wholesaler, other way. So it will be what the wholesale retailer has got from the consumer. From that amount, whatever the retailer has already paid to the wholesaler, that amount of GST, if I subtract it, then the remaining amount is what the retailer will pay to the government there, right? So this will go to the government. Who will pay? Now this is basically, remember the word output tax, input tax. So what is output tax? Output tax is this one minus input is equal to tax liability, we can call it as, okay, to be paid, net tax to be paid. So what is output? We have already got output here. Output is how much? 720. 720 was received by the retailer, so 720. What is the input tax? We have just calculated whatever he paid to the wholesaler is, this is what we were calculating. So this is the input tax. This is input. And remember, this is the output tax. So if we subtract that, so what is that? 7, 2 upon 10 into 100 minus x. I should get how much? The amount that he has, say, he pays to the government how much? 72 rupees. So I have to put it here, 72 rupees. Okay, so I'll put it here, 72 rupees. Solve this equation, we'll get the answer. If I bring it the other way around, it will be 720 minus 72 is equal to 72 upon 10 times 100 minus x. So I can further do that. 720 minus 72 is how much? If you subtract that, 720 minus 72, $648 into 10 and upon 72 is equal to 100 minus x, right? So divided by 72 and into 10, that comes as 90 rupees. Fine, not 90 rupees, 90 is equal to 100 minus x. X will come the other side, is equal to, x is equal to what? 100 minus 90. X come this side, 90 will go the other side. Fine. So it will be X is equal to 10%. So what was the discount that he has got? 10%. And this is the answer here. I hope you have understood this.